Hiya, kids.
We're back. We decided to do it again.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah. Right off with a banger.
Right. Yep. Cheers.
Cheers. We wanted to start a tradition of starting the show with a metal or music-related pun of some sort.
Puns are fun.
Yeah, puns are fun. So, you have one?
Well, ours. So we have a theme today. Band we're talking about. So I thought I'd do a Saxon one.
Oh, mine's unrelated.
Well, mine's good. Mine is Into the Labyrinth. David Bowie's tribute to Saxon.
Ah.
And then you got songs like Diamond Dogs of War.
Mhm.
You got The Motorcycle Man Who Sold the World.
Oh.
And they
I
both
like
have
that.
songs called Ashes to Ashes.
So it's kind of a tribute of both things. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Mine is Merciful Great. It's a sewer company, and they only make Merciful Fate themed sewer grates. They don't have a lot of business
But what about like food grading?
There's not a lot-
cheese
because
grading.
there's not a lot of manholes that are like shaped like don't break the oath.
Yeah, but what about Merciful Fate cheese graters?
They could branch out.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I think that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Ah,
okay. Today we're talking about Saxon.
Saxon.
And I would say they're probably a top 5 personal favorite band of mine.
Personal favorite?
Personal favorite?
Personal mentors?
Maybe. They don't know about it, but
They don't know you've been watching them.
Yeah.
You Google Earth their house.
okay, so we have the whole discography here, and I guess we just start right at the beginning because we have a lot to get through. So let's just start getting through it. Saxon, number 1, 1979.
Yes,
So
a Nawabam band with a record in the 70s.
yeah, so
Not a lot of those.
would we say the whole thing is a new album?
No, this is a Nawabam album. I
Yeah.
mean, it's to me, this is, I mean, in my mind, they have the first full length.
Yeah.
Of those bands,
do
but
this.
I'm sure there's
We do it like
I'm sure there's some metal genius that would be like, well, actually,
yeah,
yeah,
I like that guy. Okay, notable songs.
Frozen Rainbow.
Yep, rainbow theme / Frozen Rain.
Actually.
Yeah. Okay. Judgment Day is a good one.
Militia Guard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Composer. 2.
Stallions of Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
Judgment Died.
Judgment Day. I don't know why it came to Saxon.
Stallions of the Highway and Backs to the Wall, I think, sound like pretty typical Saxon songs.
We saw them do Backs to the Wall.
Yeah.
At was it the Pelican Room? A small house. It's got a weird. The Penguin Room. I think it's Pelican. It's
Something like that.
something weird.
When Motorhead canceled because of Lemmy's
Yes.
yes,
Sickness.
impending demise,
Yes.
which is unfortunate. But Saxon played like 2 hours, which was pretty sweet.
That was, I think, the longest we've seen them play. They did Susie Hold On that night.
They did, and they did the Christopher Cross cover too.
They did Ride Like the Wind.
Yes, they did. We'll get to that later.
And speaking of Ride Like the Wind, Wheels of Steel.
Wheels of Steel.
You gotta love an album title that rhymes.
This kicks off with a bang. Is this the first? It's not the first Saxon song about motorcycles.
No.
No, because there's one on here.
Stallions of the Highway
Right.
isn't that about.
But this is very, very literal. Motorcycle Man.
It's not just about the motorcycle. It's about the man.
It's about the man as well. Wheels of Steel.
Also about motorcycles.
Also
Right.
about motorcycles, I believe.
Yeah.
There's a song called Machine Gun. Machine Gun.
That's not about motorcycles.
No, it's not.
It would
but
be,
it's,
it'd be ironic if it was. No, actually, that one's about motorcycles too. But it's maybe while.
I mean, how metal is that? Like Machine Gun.
Yeah.
And yeah, Susie Hold On. So they have the ability to write like 60 sounding pop songs, but then like rock and metalize them. Something
Well,
I
it's
love.
almost like that attitude, and I almost feel like some Motown guys probably have this attitude. I feel like Phil Mogg from UFO or Phil Lynott have this attitude as well. we can write ballads, we can write sensitive, tender songs, and if you give us crap for it, we'll kick the crap out of you.
Machine Gun. That's Machine Gun comes right
Machine
after.
Gun comes right out, yeah. So, Freeway Mad.
Of course, 747.
But my favorite songs, Stand Up and Be Counted, is
That's a good one.
absolute smasher. Motorcycle Man, the guitar solo section is excellent. 747 is on this album.
Also, might want to say
One
that
of my favorite Saxon songs.
this is 1980. Am I right?
Yeah.
81, 80. Pete Gill, who later joined Motorhead, which makes sense, kind of one of the first guys to be doing a lot of double bass.
Yeah, this is
They're
absolutely
early metal
one of their best albums. If you've never heard Saxon, this is a great place to start. Can't go wrong.
Which leads us to.
Was it the same year?
I think Denim and Leather in that same year.
Strong Arm of the Law! It is the same year, released in October 80.
Yep, 2 albums in 1 year.
2 albums in 1 year, 2 bad-ass albums in 1 year.
Fairly common, or somewhat common back then. People did work their ass off.
And is this the best 1-2 punch in Saxon history? 1, 2,
Those
3.
2 albums?
No, the first songs. Heavy Metal Thunders, track 1, To Hell and Back Again, track 2, and Strong Arm of the Law, track 3.
Favorite tracks?
Those,
Did you guys listen to
those,
them?
yeah,
I love
20,000 Feet.
I love 20,000 Feet.
Dallas 1 p.m. is a
Yeah.
classic as well.
Any weaker tracks? Sixth Form Girls.
No, I guess. Oh, Sixth Form China Girls. That was another David Bowie Saxon. Yeah, there we go.
Glad I brought that up.
Yeah. Good.
All right.
All right. Yeah, that's good. Good stuff. Good bonus tracks on this too.
Yes. Oh, the BBC sessions.
You and your remasters.
This is not a remaster. Denim and Leather.
Neither is mine. It's okay.
This is a home to one of your favorite Saxon songs.
This is very special. Saxon was one of the first, what I would consider underground metal bands to be into. Keep in mind, I'm 32, so getting into Saxon in 1998 or 99 or whatever, over here that was about as underground as you can get. Okay, Metal Edge magazine was not exactly talking about Saxon. So getting into them, also you couldn't really get a lot of Saxon in the U.S. at that point. The stores didn't carry much of it. My great grandma bought me this CD in Memphis, Tennessee. And yeah, that's a cool lady.
Yeah.
Buying me Saxon. She bought me Blizzard of Oz. Lots of
My
Rainbow.
grandma
First Rainbow.
Harry Potter.
Okay. Bringing satanic witchcraft
That's
into
true.
that
Yeah.
home. This is just good songs about motorcycles, trains, not surrendering, playing it loud, listening to Deep Purple too loud on the beach, even though the lifeguard comes and tells you to turn it down, you get in their face.
This is a banger. Fire in the Sky. It's a great track.
Nothing's better when you
Bands
see
play
Saxon live at a festival and they play and the band's played on.
Yep.
That's the festival song.
Is that one of the first songs about a metal festival or a hard rock festival?
I believe so. It's about the Reading Fest. Yeah.
These guys sang about being rock and roll and being metal a lot.
Yeah.
Which is pretty badass.
Denim and Leather. And then the title track's on this as well. Fire in the Sky is a total banger as well.
All the title tracks so far are kind of like mid-tempo, like dum 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 dum.
Yeah.
Dum, dum, you know.
And they, their title tracks are kind of infamous. This is definitely my favorite Saxon album. Although the next one challenges it. We lose Pete Gill.
We lose Pete Gill, but I think we get someone better. This is Nigel Glockler's first studio album, and he's one of my personal favorite drummers.
You always gotta love a man named Nigel.
Nigel. He hits hard as fuck.
He still hits hard as fuck. And there should be something said for that.
Yeah, he's like almost 70. We're going to start Power and the Glory. This Town Rocks.
That was one of the first Saxon songs I ever heard. My dad loves that song.
There's a song on here that doesn't really get talked about a lot that I really like, Midas Touch.
Yeah, that's a great one. There's side B's got, well, really every song. This is another one of those Saxon albums where every song is great. I could look at every song. Power and the Glory, Red Line, Warrior, Nightmare, This Town Rocks, Watching the Sky, Midas Touch, Eagle Has Landed, every song.
even kind of the slower one, Nightmare, at the very end, he starts doing.
Yeah, the end is great, but Nightmare's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a great song. Warrior's a great song. I mean,
Kind of shows off Biff's vocal ability.
Redline is very influenced by what's that Montrose song I was talking about a few days ago? It's on the first one. It's on side B.
Mm-hmm.
It's a song about rocking.
Now, Saxon can be as rock and roll as they want to be, and as metal as they want to be.
Saxon's like the line, like they're the stallion.
Oh,
They're saddled.
The
Like
metal
one
highlight.
side's the hard rock, and then the other side's
Right.
metal. Judas Priest can be that way too, but Saxon's always had the perfect balance, and they've
Mhm.
always had it. Right? It's always
Yep.
consistently like here's some AC/DC kind of tunes,
Mhm.
here's some Motorhead kind of tunes, maybe, and then they have the more epic kind of
and they do it all masterfully.
pre-Sabbath, Dio, Rainbow.
They can do big and dumb too.
They can do big and dumb.
We can talk about some.
Yeah, well, we're getting I think we're there.
Oh,
We're getting there,
we've
right?
kind of arrived at the first stinker here.
Well,
Now,
but have you listened to this recently?
it has some okay songs.
Is it just the mix? Because the mix is
The
not
mix
great.
is not great. Oh. Crusader.
Crusader.
Obviously, Crusader is a great song. One of their best songs.
You know it's like Biff's favorite. You can just tell. Like that's the song he can't wait to get to. I
Now,
feel like.
okay. Now, here's what kind of something I want to talk about. This is kind of the first appearance of a theme. Just Let Me Rock. Biff needs to rock, and he talks about it often in songs.
It's an issue.
Now we're gonna go down the line because there's a lot other songs where Biff is like pleading to be able to rock.
Guys, there's going to be a lot of rocking in
Yeah.
the next few albums.
So, are there some other good songs on this album?
A little bit of What You Fancy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. There's some killer drumming on this, and
The sweet
which
cover?
is, I think there are certain songs like even Sailing to America. I think it's on Sailing to America that I like, but I think they
I think
use
I
some
know what you're talking
Simmons
about.
drums. I think they use some electronic drums,
Yeah.
which Nigel Glockler, come on. But Alex Van Halen was doing it on Van Halen 5150, which is around the same
A lot of people
time.
were kind of experimenting with that.
This is, I think, supposed to be like their big album for the U.S. I think this was the push.
I know a certain
you
drummer in a band that we play with who says this is actually his favorite album.
There's a lot of people, this was their introduction to them.
Yeah.
So, and Crusader is kind of their Fear of the Dark.
Yeah.
So I think
No,
they
it's
probably
not-
played that every show.
Kind of another one.
Just let me rock.
Just Let Me Rock, and though it is, kind of big and dumb, but it.
Well, they're
That's a
great
good
and
one.
big and done.
Yeah.
Is it Do It All for You or Run for Your Lives? Well,
Yeah.
you could sit there and try to remember
Anyway.
great Saxon deep cuts.
Even the stinkers, let's not even call it a stinker.
It,
The lesser albums, maybe.
there's a
Still
song
worth
we
listening
go to
to.
the fridge to like pop open that extra beer too.
There's always something worth listening to on a Saxon album, even a lesser one.
Yes.
Now,
But things got a little better.
production value really went up on this one.
I think with this album specifically.
This is kind of a more successful attempt at commercial.
Yeah, when they kind of learned how to do big and dumb their way.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first song, Rockin' Again, doesn't start the way a lot of records at this time are starting. It kind of starts with this almost like a ballad thing, and then you find out, no, you're rocking again.
Mm-hmm.
You thought you were done with Crusader? No, they are not done rocking yet.
That's right.
As you said, Biff has a need to rock.
Yep, he's rocking again. He's a rock and roll gypsy.
He's a rock and roll gypsy. He's got to get around, and he's got to raise some hell.
Broken Heroes, a great song. on this
Broken
album.
Heroes is a great Vietnam War song. Makes me think of Rambo all the time. First Rambo. And I just have great memories of Rambo.
Yeah.
They played that the first time I saw them at Sunken Gardens in San Antonio, and that was a magical experience.
Yes.
And Devil Rides Out.
That's a good one.
That's a good
That's
riff.
a rockin'. That's a good riff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rockin'.
yeah, Back on the Streets is good. Live Fast, Die Young is a bonus track on this. It was the B-side for Back on the Streets, and that song
And
kicks ass.
Krakatoa. Also.
Yes. Yeah, so this album had some good B-sides. Maybe there was a producer who got his hands, some A&R guy got their hands and messed with this track list a little bit to where maybe it could have even been a better album, but it's not bad.
Now, Steve Dawson wrote a lot on this album, the bass player, and he kind of stepped on Biff's toes. Needless to say, next album, Biff is playing bass.
Oh.
So, Rock the Nations.
You don't mess with a motorcycle, man.
Shouldn't.
Now, I actually, when I was junior high, my best friend's stepdad had Innocence is No Excuse and Rock the Nations on cassette, so I dubbed mine onto a side A and side B. So I had Innocence on side A and Rock the Nations on side B. And that was some 8th grade morning jams, quite a bit on the old Walkman.
Now, you want to talk about it? There's
There's
a monster song on here.
Back then, my favorite song, my favorite Saxon song in that time was Battle Cry.
Yeah. It's a monster song. That's definitely the most metal song on the album. Rock the Nations.
Party Till You Puke.
John plays piano on Party Till You Puke, and apparently he yells out the
Is
word
he
fuck.
Is he on Northern Lady too? Or just Party Till You Puke?
I don't know.
I want to be at that session. Because I think Elton John was still drinking then.
Now,
Was he a drinking man?
I don't know.
Was Saturday Night Alright for fighting?
I'm not.
I want to see Biff Byford and Elton John go out on the town and pick fights with
I'm
people.
not well versed in my Elton, I gotta say.
Okay.
But we came here to rock. Another instance involving the whole group.
They
They
all
all came here to rock this time.
they're congregating.
But anything else to say about this album?
No.
Okay. Now, it's a bit of a controversial one. Oops. Destiny.
Get ready to feel.
I don't know why this is hated.
How long must I wait out in the cold?
I honestly,
Gun, gun, gun. In the 80s, if you had that twinkly keyboard do the gun, 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 that Jefferson Starship move,
Ride Like the
magic.
Wind. Okay.
Better than Christopher Cross's version.
There's some bangers on here too.
Anchorman 2 would have been a lot better if they would have kicked it off with Saxon's Ride Like the Wind instead of Christopher Cross. Actually, nothing against Christopher Cross. He's a talented man.
What do you
But
think?
give me Saxon.
SOS,
SOS is good. Calm Before the Storm.
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
When the Lightning Strikes is good.
Yeah, it's good too. I don't know why
Red
it's
Alert.
hated.
Yeah, no, there's cool
I
stuff.
mean, it's production,
Yeah,
maybe,
it's mixed. It's
but,
kind of.
but like,
I like it better than Crusader.
Songs that-
Song-wise.
yeah, there's songs that definitely sound like Saxon. Okay, now we have entrance of the current bass player, Nibsy.
I thought Nips played something on Destiny. Did he not play anything on Nips?
No, they had two guys. They had a guy other than Nigel, whose actually name was also Nigel.
Nigel. Well, we had to kick him out because
Yeah.
there were two Nigels in the group.
Yeah.
Poor Nigel.
Yeah.
Nigel too.
Anyway, yeah, he's pretty good.
Put on a Nips.
But yeah, Nibs did a lot of writing on this album. When I checked the credits,
You like Nips, don't you?
he's a talented man.
You want to hang out with Nips.
He's a cool
You
guy.
want to be mates.
I think we'd be mates.
You want to have a catch.
Catch. Maybe a football.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Football.
A football.
A football.
Highlights. What do you think?
Solid Ball Rock, title track, Requiem, as I was saying.
That's a good
I was
one.
listening on. Always. That's a good festival song, right? This is also. I mean, they've been building up to this, but now Saxon starts to become this festival band.
I think they played Vakken for the first time in '92.
Around this point, so these songs start to kind of develop the same way they did for Iron Maiden, but Saxon specifically, Gravedigger has this too. These big mass
Yeah.
sing along kind of tunes.
And obviously Nibs is significantly younger than the other guys, so he's kind of bringing a younger
Oh, he's bringing the edge.
influence. He is. And you can really tell on songs like Altar of the Gods, which I believe is solely credited to him, Baptism of Fire.
Crash Dive.
Crash Dive's a good song.
Bavarian
I'm
Beaver.
On Fire. I'm on Fire, I like that one.
Yeah, Bavarian Beaver may be the best Saxon song title that we have.
Now that's a cool bass solo.
I couldn't think of a David Bowie pun for Bavarian Beaver. He
No.
has no songs with the word beaver in them.
Ain't Gonna Take It. Good one. Anything else? Anything negative about it, or?
Well, well, for a lot of people, this was a return to form because they didn't like Destiny. So, in a lot of ways, it was.
Yeah.
But it was also it was a rough time. I did notice earlier though that it was originally released on Virgin Records, which that's a big label still in 1990. Yeah, well, re-released,
Yeah.
But so I wonder if there was a push on it in the UK, or maybe some of our English friends can let us know in the comments, because I was 2 or 3 when this album came out, and I didn't live in England.
No.
So I don't really know how this album was pushed.
Okay.
I like this one a little better.
Really? Forever Free.
I think I do.
Okay.
Let me look at the track list.
Let's talk about it.
Well, the artwork.
Things
first
are
of
getting
all,
serious, let's say, because he can't stop rocking. He physically cannot stop rocking.
And at this point, house music's getting really big in England.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got nephews and nieces who are listening to all this.
Yes.
And he's like, I can't stop rocking.
Notable tracks, Forever Free. Pretty
Title track, yeah.
good. Night Hunter is a great double bass ripper with a very long solo. I think it's Mr. Quinn, because he was the writer. But maybe he was generous and let Graham do it. I don't know.
Maybe. I think you're right. I think I do like Solid Ball and Rock a little bit better. But it's just that the title track on this is a total jam.
It is.
Iron Wheels is good.
Great ballad, yep.
Yeah.
Cloud Nine's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Little shuffle song.
Yeah.
One Step Away.
Yeah.
So,
Get Down and Dirty.
I believe that's a cover, isn't it?
It might be. Also, you start to see more covers.
No, just Want to Make Love to You's a cover.
Oh yeah. That's what I. Yeah, I forgot that was on
like
here.
a blues cover.
No, it's I Just Want to Make Love to You. Originally, I think it's Al Green.
Okay.
But I think it's probably more like the Fog Hat version.
Yeah. Okay.
This is where I need another beer.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's do like.
Who Let the Dogs of War Out? Baha Men's tribute to Saxon.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feeling that?
Yeah. All right.
When
What do we have to
I
say about
was
this
a
one?
young man, this was the only one you could get for $7.99 because there were some used copies of this. I don't know who sold this.
Is it a step down or is it a step up from Forever Free?
I'm too nostalgic because I have bias for this record.
Okay.
But when I was a kid, the only albums you could get were this and Eagle Has Landed Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you could get the next 2 for a whopping like $32.99 at Sam Goody.
Wow.
Yeah. And you could never find Denim and Leather
That would
or
make-
any classic
That would
records.
make a CD connoisseur that we both know very unhappy.
Yes. Well, he didn't like this
That
at
price
that point. So anyway, I got this title track,
Great title
rocked
track.
and rolled me.
Great title track. Great White Buffalo. Good song.
And I'm a sucker for pop and AOR, I guess, because Hold On hit me at the very core.
It is cheesy, but it
Move
is.
over, living on a prayer. I will take Hold On,
Let's see. There's
Any
any other
day.
good ones on here.
and I will also take Great White Buffalo
Great
by
White
Saxon
Buffalo.
over Ted Nugent Great White Buffalo.
Burning Wheel's pretty good. That's a good
Burning
one.
Wheels is on that. Is Walking Through Tokyo? Or
Yeah, Walking Through Tokyo.
There you go. That's a good one.
Give It All Away. It's kind of, does Big Twin Rollin' have some slide guitar?
It does.
Yeah.
There's this album, and I guess maybe the one or two before it have some bluesier kind of moments on them.
No mention of rock, so he must have when he had to rock to stay alive.
Well,
or-
things are going to start getting a little heavier.
So, yeah, things are going to get it serious.
It's maybe it's time for a little less rock and a little more metal.
Because pull out that one.
We're unleashing the beast, folks.
Unleashing the Beastie Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is the first album with Doug Scarrett.
It is. Ooh,
Be careful.
careful though. Ooh, oh, we got some broken little.
Amazon, man.
Balance it.
This is one of my. This is. think it's my favorite from the 90s. It's tied with the next one.
Bloodletter.
Yeah.
Bloodletter.
Bloodletter is a definite highlight, but really all the songs on this album kick ass.
Terminal Velocity's cool.
Terminal Velocity, All Hell Breaking Loose, Cut Out the Disease.
Yeah.
Absent Friends, a great song.
Bloodletter, though. Bloodletter is probably that. You know, if you make a best of,
I believe that's a vampire song. I know other people would like to talk about vampires a lot.
Yep. You make a best of everything with Doug Skerritt, Nibs, and that lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodletter's for sure in. Like, if you only had 10 songs,
Definitely.
Bloodletter's definitely in.
Definitely. Now, I think this is the first Saxon album with probably what we would consider modern metal production, maybe.
I would say
Maybe.
At
But
least
this
it's
seems like this is
maybe a little more.
Charlie Bauerfiend, who's done. I think he did Paradox and
Okay.
stuff like that.
I like that last name. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really hard to say.
Yeah.
For me, it's
Bauerfiend.
very uneducated.
Yeah.
Good songs. There's quite a few.
Let's do Prisoner. Piss off.
Piss Off.
Piss off.
Are We Travelers in Time?
Conquistador.
That's right. That's why you can't compare it to Running Wilds, because it's actually pronounced differently. So,
Totally different song.
You can't say what's the best song called
No.
Conquistadors. Well, actually, it's just a singular.
But I did always like the artwork as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It grabs you when you're like 10 or 11. It just looks metal. Looks
So-
cool. You're into Power Slave. It's Egyptian looking.
Yeah, Nigel sat out on this album. I think he had back problems or something.
This is the period where he'd be in and out
So-
a little bit.
We got a German guy named Fritz Randau. He kicks ass. He does a great job too. All Guns Blazing. Ripper. That's a good one. Okay. Killing Ground. I was going for
By
it.
all means.
Killing Ground. Oh, this one has crack. Bass sounds very prominent on this one. And Killing Ground has a really cool bass solo.
This was the first new Saxon album.
Yeah.
When I got into Saxon, this was the first album that came out while I was into them, and it's one of the first albums that I downloaded in its entirety.
Yeah. Notable tracks.
The title track is a huge one for me.
Good King Crimson cover.
I have kind of a funny story
I
about.
don't like it.
I had heard that Robert Fripp from King Crimson did not like the cover, which he probably didn't give permission for. But the funny thing about the title track, I had a friend
He's
who
not
was
credited as writing that song.
he didn't write it.
Yeah.
I have a friend who was writing an album, and he put the song. And sometimes I'm good at being an unfortunate litmus test. If you have accidentally been influenced too heavily by a song, sometimes I'll catch it.
Mm.
You know, oh, that riff is totally this song.
Right.
You know, and my friend ripped off Killing Ground brutally. Like, it was the same song. It was just the same song. It was, but it wasn't intentional.
Mm.
You know, it was just one of those things. But it's amazing how you can just
You
end
can
up
have
writing the same song
subconsciously.
sometimes. Yeah.
See some other good songs on here. Dragon's Lair and Deeds of Glory. Good tracks.
Yeah.
They're like, Rock is Our Life. It's our life.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
They took a break because they did an album called Metalhead, and they're like, we're not going to talk about rock. It's about metal and steel and All Guns Blazing, but they weren't done rocking.
No.
And then this one comes out.
And I believe this is the highlight of the 2000s.
Oh, I don't know.
That one?
This is when it gets stepped up again.
So, now we got a German speed power metal drummer on this one. Jörg Michael. On Lionheart. Did you know that?
I did. Oh, you can. I noticed it. I noticed it very quick.
General.
I noticed it very quick.
Witchfinder General. This
This
album has a lot of good songs.
Well, first of all, Jörg Michael was the first drummer for one of my favorite heavy metal bands, Rage.
Yes.
And Avenger, but Rage. And he was also the drummer for my favorite band in junior high, which was Stradivarius.
Mm.
So
This guy's a double bass machine.
yeah, he's a mean machine, and this album has got some killer tunes on it.
So he's probably influencing those older guys too.
And things got cranked up a little bit of a notch here.
Yeah.
The title track is
Great.
the title track's probably the best song of their
I gotta tell you,
that whole period.
they played it live when I saw him maybe a year ago, and Biff is like 70, late 60s.
Yeah.
He's hitting harmonies higher than the original vocal.
He sings that song with a lot of passion.
Yeah.
I know it sounds kind of cheesy to talk like that, but that's really what it comes down to.
Songs
That man
to live-
that dude loves being English.
To Live by the Sword, Witchfinder General, Jack Tar's English Man of War.
English Man of War.
Good
Yeah,
tunes.
that's great. That's great.
Nigel steps back in, and he's not going to be shown up by Jorg Michael. He brings it.
Which, yeah,
He
that's
brings
maybe
it.
that's exactly what the case was.
Things are getting serious, Andrew. Biff has to rock to stay alive. He's going to cease living if he does not rock. That's the title of the song. I've got to rock to stay alive.
One day.
Can you imagine
One
living
day,
like that?
one day we're gonna be in danger of losing Biff.
Can you imagine?
Like, God forbid, something, especially in these times.
We already had
God
open
forbid
heart surgery.
Yeah, well, he's a tank. He'll survive. He's gonna. He's
an
the Highlander.
He's an English Man of War.
He's an English Man of War. But they've got to make sure he needs more than life support. He needs rock support.
Yeah.
They take him off rock support. He'll die. Damn it.
Biff's never gonna die. Let's just
Well,
get
as
that
long
out
as
there.
he keeps rocking.
Okay. Good tracks on here.
We need to make sure he keeps rocking right now.
I've seen him. He's rocking.
Oh, okay. He's doing some rocking.
He's rocking.
Okay, good.
With his son. It's sweet.
Oh, it's
lovely.
families.
Family's everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got anything to say about some good songs on here?
Oh yeah, the sound fucking kicks ass. This is my favorite Saxon.
Is that your vote for best of 2000s?
Yeah. Everything, really, no, it would be probably from,
I
like,
could go with that. I could say this.
I would say
Lionheart's so close.
Since Power and the Glory.
Better than Unleash the Beast?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I like this better than Unleash the East.
In the
Red
East?
Star Falling. Yeah, Unleash the East, Unleash the Beast. Ashes to Ashes, like I said, that's a cool song. Until the Hun.
Yeah. Need for Speed.
If I was you and you were me.
Nigel really shows that he's not going to be showing up on Let Me Feel Your Power.
Feel Your Power.
And he does.
Yeah.
All right.
Inner Sanctum.
But now where are we going to go?
Then we've got the album with, okay, I don't know, is it Lionheart? No, the best Saxon song post Rock the Nations.
After War Cry.
Yeah, Battle Cry.
Battle
So after Battle,
Idiot.
yeah,
I'm getting Houston locals confused.
yeah. Demon Sweeney Todd. Don't confuse that cheesy song title because.
This song is ferocious.
And I had never heard this song until they played it live the first time I saw them.
That's great. And
And
they have
the
such
song
diverse set
it
lists.
starts
They
out
always
slow,
play.
and they just went into this song, and it just smacked me over the head.
Any rock concerns about dying?
Well, he's got to live to rock.
Now he has to live to rock.
He
Okay.
lives to rock. He
He
let's
had to
explore
rock to
this.
stay alive.
But
Now
there
he has
was
to simultaneously live to rock.
wait. But we had another one about living and
rock is
rocking.
our life.
Rock is our life.
Yeah. Okay, so this is one album apart. He has to rock to stay alive on the Inner Sanctum.
Yeah.
But now he has to rock.
Well, there's no point in living if you can't rock.
I know. Jeez.
It's a catch-22.
He's like in a
He's got a quandary.
permanent state of that. Okay, now we're passing into the 2010s.
Yeah, this was my least favorite, I think, out of
Out of everything,
Out of the whole 2000s, this kind of era we've had where we've been seeing them live.
I agree.
You
I
know?
agree. But there are some cool songs in here. There's a few.
We saw them at Stereo Live with Hellstar
Right.
and Rotting Corpse.
Yeah.
Which Rotting Corpse sometimes is always the highlight.
Now each one of these pretty much has like a double bass banger, and Afterburner is the one on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that being a jam.
Hammer of the Gods.
Didn't Motorhead have an album called Afterburner?
They
the last one.
Yeah, it was one of the last ones.
One of the last ones.
Yeah. It's a lesser one, but every Saxon album is worth listening to.
Watching this fucking wank is
worth listening to. Now, this one.
I like that one.
This one is pretty strong. Sacrifice.
Nice packaging.
It's very nice. Did you pack?
Not everyone likes those.
I do. It's a little book. It's my little book of metal.
Well, man doesn't like them.
Okay. Sacrifice. Now they play that live quite a bit, and that's a jamming song. Jamming riff.
No, that could even be like a mainstay in the set. That's another one of those like top 10 2000 Saxon songs.
Warriors of the Road, and these guys are Warriors of the Road.
They are.
Yeah, that's a pretty
Been
badass
a
one.
long time.
Guardians of the Tomb, Stand Up and Fight, Night of the Wolf,
Standing in a queue.
Standing in a Queue.
It's just about standing in line.
Yeah. Well, that's the Princess of the Night. Did you stand in a queue? Did you queue up to get your tickets?
Oh, I thought you meant to like get on a train.
Denim and Leather.
Idiot. Oh,
Too many beers in my head.
But
the thing is that he's constantly referencing his past lyrics,
yeah.
which I kind of like. I mean,
Well, in my work, I do that quite often. Nobody knows about that. No one.
I think we got two bangers in a row here, because this is a pretty strong album too.
Yeah.
Battering Ram.
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts, cool, like odd time riff.
That's another
Cool.
one of my. I'm gonna have to make a little top 10 list of 2000 Saxon here.
Battering Ram. Devil's Footprint, I think, has some spoken word from Old Boy from Hell.
Oh yes, yeah, I remember that.
From the band Hell. Another cool band to check out.
This album came out. You were listening to this album a lot when this album came
I got
out.
a song called Hard and Fast.
Well, if Biff knows one thing, or two things rather, it's hard and
That's
it's
right.
fast.
Kingdom of the Cross also has spoken word from Old Boy from Hell. God, I feel like I can't remember his name. David.
Or we can just call him Old Boy.
Oh boy. And that brings us to the end. Current studio albums.
We put the yeehaw back in your motor hand transmission. Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt transmission. That's a great Houston commercial. Our Houston folks will get it. And if you're not from Houston, you're just gonna, you can probably watch it on YouTube. Jinx, buy me a Coke.
There's a lot of beer.
I don't want Coke.
Well, there's a lot.
Alright. Let's see. Olympus Rising.
Thunderbolt's a good song.
I think all my favorite Saxon songs are the intro songs.
They got another song about a gun.
Secret of Flight. Oh, here's something I noticed really interesting. So they have a video for their song Nosferatu.
I know another band who likes it.
Yeah, I know. Even more interesting though, Paul Quinn plays a comparison, and Nibs plays an ESP bass.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess they're influenced by some people. They played rock and roll. Oh,
That's a
that's
great
the song
tribute.
about Motorhead. That's the song about.
That's a great
Yes.
Lemmy tribute, and it actually has audio of Lemmy talking.
Predator is good. Sniper
I don't
is
like
good.
I don't like the Monomorph guy.
I actually liked that.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Monomorph fan. I do think he is a good death vocalist. I just don't like a Monomorph. But I thought
I think
they
it's cool that
fit.
those guys kind of
they
like
fit.
see these guys have their
A
ear to the
Monomorph
ground.
is like the Saxon of death metal.
But the thing I like about Saxon is that they have their ear to the ground with like what's going on.
Yeah.
They're not unaware.
Roadie's song. They
Right.
like writing about their boys.
Yeah.
Speed Mercs. Okay, so I actually like this one better than these two.
Wow.
But
Well, I think we got-
Battering Ram was really good, but I actually like this one a little bit
I
better.
think we got 3 bangers in a row.
Yeah,
These guys have been on a hot streak for a while.
they're running hot.
They're running hot.
And on that note,
That's it. Thanks
cheers
for
to Saxon. And you.
watching. Into